Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Now, with the spring season of anime 2023 in full swing, we're actually halfway done with the season already. Isn't that kind of crazy? I think it's undeniable that Oshi No Ko has solidified itself as one of the biggest and most popular series of this season. It's not even that close. So, unfortunately, or I guess you could say inevitably, I was pulled down into the rabbit hole, into the manga-verse, for this incredible series, and I have to say, it is just as fantastic as the show. So today, I thought it'd be good to sit down and talk with you guys about said manga, and more specifically, the next arc that we are going to get in the anime for the next couple weeks. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, why don't you read my favorite arc at so-and-so chapter and so-and-so chapter? And to that, I say, we have plenty of time to do more videos. Today, I wanted to talk about this arc in particular because I feel like it perfectly encapsulates what this show is about. And frankly, I just like it. So strap in. We're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, let me talk to you guys real quick about just how well the anime has been adapted, because it's pretty nutty. Now, with most series, they usually get pretty good adaptations. You know, you might see grumblings online about, oh, they cut this, they cut that. But for the most part, they do a really good job of adapting series. They keep the important parts in, and they even add little bits here and there to push the story along and give it new layers that the original source material didn't have. Well, I can say with Oshi No Ko that they haven't changed a thing. It is almost one for one like the manga, and it has been great. If anything, they have elevated the source material to the utmost degree, and I think it shows with just how beloved this series has become from the anime. Now, let's talk about episode 1 in particular, actually, and how they handled that. Because after reading the manga, I have to say, I can't even imagine episode 1 being even a minute shorter than it is. They had to include all of that. Because you see in the manga, this takes place over the course of a whole volume, episode 1. And of course in the manga, we see everything play out like we saw it in the anime. However, one thing that they did cut out that was in the manga that I think just adds so much layer to it is that at the beginning of every single chapter before the event, we would get a page with the characters pretty far into the future, actually, talking about, Aqua and Ruby's rise to stardom and all of that. And every so often, they would leave a little hint here and there. They would say something that out of context you'd hear and you're like, wait, why would you phrase it like that? Why would you say it like that, And they build the tension and build it and build it and build it until it comes to a head in the scene. And it is as heartbreaking as it is in the anime. I think it is excellently done as the series paints a picture of what you think it's going to be, and then it's just like in the anime, rips your heart out and says, no, this is how the series is going to be. And it is heartbreaking. It's very impressive that they could get that emotion out of people, and it's just excellently done. So, the adaptation so far has been phenomenal for Oshi No Ko. A true treat every single week. And it's on that point that I want to move into the arc that we are about to get into the anime, the reality dating show arc, because I feel this arc perfectly encapsulates what this series is trying to do, what it's trying to show the audience. And from this point on in the video, there will be spoilers to an extent. So you have been warned right now. So as you know, if you're caught up to the recent episode of the anime, episode 4, we see that Aqua, having helped Kana with the production of Sweet Today by starring in it, has dipped his toes back into the entertainment industry in a way. as he gets asked by the producer of the series if he would like to participate in a reality dating show. Now, Aqua, wanting to get information from this man about Ai's death, and naturally agrees to do so. And naturally, when Aqua walks onto the set, it is exactly like you would think a reality show would be. They tell the actors to act natural and go about their normal everyday routines while they're being filmed. And it's here we meet a character named Akane. Now, as you would think, everyone on the show actually gets along with each other quite well. There's not anything mean-spirited going on, believe it or not. But naturally with these kind of things, some people pull ahead of others. Some people are more popular with the viewers, and so the network itself push those people while the other people get left behind. And it's here that we focus on Akane. Now, Akane is an immensely talented performer, but reality shows are not her strong suit. She's a very straightforward, responsible person, and she feels very overwhelmed by the reality show situation. So naturally, as her co-stars start getting more and more focus, and focus is taken away from her, she starts to get anxious. She starts to feel like she's not contributing to the overall show itself. So she starts being more outgoing, more and more and more. But nothing seems to be working, to the point where her frustrations just keep building and escalating every single time. Now, this escalates to the point that she actually ends up hitting one of her fellow co-stars out of frustration. Now, these two put water under the bridge immediately and make up with each other because they understand the complexities and just the responsibilities and the pressure that come with being entertainers. But the network doesn't see it that way. Just like in real life, we see the network fan these flames and really make the show a focal point of these two fighting with each other. Even though the two actors themselves don't dislike each other at all, they're good friends, the network keeps putting pressure on them to be rivals or so in the series. And after Akane hits her fellow co-star, on live television, by the way, we see the internet be put into play. Now, this series puts such a heavy emphasis on the internet culture and social media and how that truly affects the actors and their mental states. Because after Akane hit her fellow co-star, the internet just runs wild, saying the most toxic, vile things I've even read in quite a long time, and how this mentally destroys Akane. Now, this scene perfectly encapsulates just the utter toxicity of online fandoms nowadays. Now, this scene showcases just a severe lack of understanding, empathy, and just realizing that Akane is a person in general, as they just tear her down every time more and more. And naturally, as a 16-year-old girl, she is completely overwhelmed by the sheer ignorance of the viewers that are being fed the lies of the company. To the point where Akane actually believes that her life is over and attempts to commit suicide. Now, unfortunately, situations like this are all too real in real life, unfortunately so. And this show perfectly showcases just the utter despair that internet culture can have on people. It's truly sickening, but fascinating at the same time to watch play out. Now, naturally, Aqua helps her to not do suicide. He saves her from that. And eventually, they figure out a way to work this out and to repair her reputation online. But just the fact that the company itself would fan the flames of this and really vilify a 16-year-old girl for viewership just shows how dark the entertainment industry truly can be. It is not a place for people with a weak heart at all. Now, I don't want to go too much into the details because these are literally going to be the next couple episodes of the anime. I just wanted to discuss this with you guys because I just feel like this is the perfect representation of how this show really is. And just the brilliance of this series to perfectly showcase how real life is with people. You can tell that Aki Akasaka, the mangaka for this series, truly does understand how internet culture is nowadays and how it can just absolutely tear apart even the brightest, most hardworking of people. And it is brilliant, sad, and all too real all at once. Now, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on just how you've been feeling about Oshi No Ko as a series in general. Whether you're a manga reader up to the very latest chapter, or you're an anime only like I was until I was put into the rabbit hole. I would love to hear your thoughts about this incredible series, so let me know down below. And if you guys like these kind of discussion videos going forward, also let me know that down below. Because this was a lot of fun, actually, to go through this, even though we were touching on some pretty hard topics. So again, let me know down below. But until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. And until then, deuces, have a blessed day. I'm going to go read some more chapters. So until then, adios.